manifested throughout every region. How many regions are there now?
11.
11. We got 11 regions, so we're adding on. Just like the God said, San Quentin, we are building to be born in different areas where this knowledge hasn't touched. And basically, it's been around the world, because some of the new regions are Colombia,
Central America, South America.
Central America, South America. So our flag, our universal flag, will be in every region, and not only just the region here in North America, but all around the world. So when it comes to anybody backing our flag, it has to come from us. So if Tamari tried to do it years ago, it didn't happen. The guard, Saladin, what he did, he has a school in Buffalo. And under his school, he was able to do that. What's the word? Not patent. What's the word?
It's a trademark.
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 Trademark French. Almost the same thing, basically. But that's what they're doing. That's what has been done. We're getting ready to create a group of brothers that will control that will be dealing with that. I mean, you know, it's economics in a way, but it's economics for our nation. It's not something the rule of the bill, the rule of the 10% within the nation will come to an end. You gotta turn that off. That's the distraction. So I wanted to put that out there so that all of us know about it, so that y'all can build with that within your communities, because it concerns all of us when it comes to our universal flag. It concerns all of us. I got knowledge of self and knowledge born God's cipher. One thing I witnessed in 1970 up until this day, and I speak on it hard until this day, it's about every 10 years, me being born in Harlem, I seen a new drug coming in our community. Every 10 years. Every 10 years. From Hebron in the 60s, 70s, they had the dust. In the 80s, they came with the crack. In the 90s, now we got this, what's that smoke they be smoking now? The K2. In the 2000s, you know, you still got people twisted. So even in our nation, those brothers and sisters, we got twisted. A lot of us in this nation got twisted behind the drugs, meaning alcohol or any drug that we put in our system tore us apart. Especially that crack, especially that heroin. And now it has become a subculture in our communities. And the reason I say that, because when we had the parliaments and Harriet Tubman, most of us, not most of us, a lot of us came to the parliament just to go across the street, to socialize and be amongst those that were drugging, drinking, and getting high. Instead of doing what the God said, the purpose of the parliament is to come to the parliament to build, to add on, to find out what Waisha is talking about, to find out what Ulaw is talking about, see what he's building about individually, and how we can come together collectively to build as a nation. That wasn't being done, because brothers and sisters are drinking and drugging. They think that's priority over our nation. I said we're going to socialize. You socialize after the parliament. Wait till the guard hour and go do what y'all do. But when it comes to a parliament, come here to build. Come here to get your information. Take it back to your communities and build with that. That's what it's about. That's what the parliament is for. It ain't for coming to drink and drug and get high. That's not what it's about. And don't bring it to the parliament. Do not bring it here. Like I said, every 10 years in our communities, a different drug came in our communities. I saw it in Mecca all of my period that I've been in there. I've been in Mecca all of my life, so I saw it. And I seen what it did to me, I seen what it did to other people. So now I speak about it wholeheartedly when I see anybody that's dealing with it. Leave it alone. The Father said dope is for dope, and that's exactly who it's for. It was put in our community so that it would destroy us mentally, so that we would be focused on the progress of our nation. When the law came in '64, all predicted. It all predicted. It came so that we would actually come together so that we could show and prove that the law of God always has been, always will be. But all these things that's in our community now, is there to destroy us, so that we wouldn't grow, so that we wouldn't grow mentally or physically. Because not only do it destroy us mentally, but it destroys us when it comes to the population of our people. It sterilizes many of us, some of the things that we take, some of the drugs that we put in our system. So I'm just building on that because that's a pet peeve of mine, and I'm hoping everybody take heed to that, so moving forward, they get that out of their systems, or out of their mind, or even from around, their circumference. But as far as the conference that'll take place, we're building about it, the nation will be notified when it's going to happen. Peace.
Yeah.
No,
You still build. Okay,
you still build. As far as the law school project, it's mid-September and early October, a call was put out to the station to try to come together and put together some goals for the law school project. To this date, we only have $4,480. 4.5 months we only have $4,480. Me and Born Black been building on this cipher now for, I understand, a couple of weeks now. We came up with the decision that if we don't make no progress on this cipher by March, April, that we just going to return the gold back to everybody that donated money. If we don't start receiving any grants or get any other assistance, as you know, I go to elected officials in the city, trying to reach out to brothers that don't have the right grants.
Or sisters.
You know what I'm saying? All sisters that want to write grants to get this. We need our own. Yes, Lord Jamel, you know what I'm saying, is doing what he do now. He's now got a corporation. He's now about to incorporate called Big Sky, right? Correct? Big Light Sky. And he's incorporated, on which we, you know what I'm saying, he's our program director when it comes to the Office of Cultural Management. Yes, he lets a law school have his, you know what I'm saying, come in to be part of this venture, but we need something on our own property as well. The idea was to get a prefabricated building put on that property. I live in Crown Heights. The Jew, no disrespect, Hebrews, Jews, Israelites, what you want to call them, put up a sign that they were trying to raise $400,000 in just 2 days.
You got it.
You know they can't get that $400,000. This is where the knowledge and wisdom of this nation started when the law brought it to us, and we only got $4,480 in 4.5 months. So that's where we at with the project. If those that donated the money wish us to keep it, I spoke to Born Black. What we're going to do is, I'd like to do is come together as it's agreed upon, all the people in positions that we have that yard repaved. Not with tar this time, but with concrete. Because concrete is more sturdier, you have to worry about it sinking, because that yard in that section needs to be redone. So that's where we at when it comes to the law school project.
I was going to introduce.
No, it's a shame, man. I'm going to say this. It's a damn shame that as big as this nation is, in the property that we have that the Father left for us, and we trying to build on it, that nobody wants to have. I mean, not nobody. We got some money, but all we was trying to get is 10,000. It's terrible that amongst our nation we can't raise $10,000. That's bad. I got 10,000. Somebody else help put the other 10,000 together. That's all we got to do in order to start to build that first building on our property. And we can't raise $10,000 as a nation. There's not nothing that this nation cannot do. I'll say it again. There's not nothing that this nation cannot do. It's just a shame that we're going through this. It's taking so long to raise $10,000. I said I got the other 10,000. Peace.
Please, still listen. You can't, yes, you can.
Pigs.
Please.
Understanding cipher. Do we understand our cipher? Let's be realistic. Do we understand what this nation is about? Ask yourself that question. Do you really understand what this is about? We're supposed to be builders. What are we building? All we're doing is talking. What are we building? Ask yourself those questions. This is a nation of people that say they got supreme knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But they can't come together and get nothing done. Everything that we got, the Father got for us. The school on 126 on the corner, the Father got that for us. We were able to get certain other things by a little manipulation. But being realistic, Father got that for us, and we have not taken it and really added on to it. Basically, the same thing that the Father left is the same thing that we got. But yet still, we say we build. So when are we going to come together and really understand the cipher and add on? Because we got $4,000 in 4 months, so that means that we got $1,000 a month. We can do much better than that. Much better. I always say builders build. But how many of us are truly builders? Or are we just talkers? Come on. You know, we can talk real well. In fact, I don't think nobody can talk better than us. Absolutely. We can talk. But when it comes down to getting something done, it's only a few of us that do it. I'll be at that school every day. Every single day I'm at that school. For one thing or another. It's only a few brothers. It ain't even really no sisters. There's a few brothers that's keeping that school going. You got thousands of people that say that they're part of this nation, but you only got a handful of people that are doing anything for this nation. Why is that that way? Why won't people add on? Do they understand what this is about? What was the reason you got knowledge? Why did you get it? Did you get it just to sit around and be able to say, peace God, peace earth? That's why you got it? Or did you get it to actually make things happen so people can see what we're about? The people in Harlem is not the same people that was in Harlem when the Father first began to teach. You have a whole bunch of new people in Harlem that have no idea what we're about. They pass that school every day. They don't know what we're about. The reason why they don't know what we're about is we ain't doing nothing. Nothing of any substance. We keep it up. We keep the school up. We clean around the school. Yesterday it snowed. Let me give you an example. Yesterday it snowed, right? You know how many people was at the school shoveling the snow? Anybody? Anybody know? I bought 2 shovels today. Oh, you brother that came to the school and asked for a shovel? But you didn't tell little Justice why you wanted the shovel.
It wasn't him.
That wasn't you?
That's it?
While I was at the school, trying to figure my name, figuring how to get back to my nation. And I didn't tell them, I say, hey, man, this thing's fine. 5 cents, money, this sort of money, you break it, you gotta chase you down, and things like that. Oh, got my head.
But the earth right there is right exact. 3 people. 3 of us shovel that whole area to make it walkable for people. 3 people. Out of a whole nation, you only got 3 people Just like out of a whole nation, you only got $4,000. Are you builders or are you tossers? If you builders, you got to add on. You got to make things happen. They're not going to happen by themselves because there's nothing mysterious about God. So if we don't get it done, it doesn't get done. So you're going to have to add on. You're going to have to make things happen.
Thank you.
That is if you're about what you say you're about. If you're about this nation, then you got to show and prove. Because everything is subject to proof. Everything. If you can't prove it, then it ain't real. It ain't true. So we need brothers and sisters to add on, to make things happen, to show and prove that you're who you say you are. That's all I got to say. Peace.
Peace. Peace. Peace. These mathematics understand the cipher. I want to speak, my name is Saul.
Peace out.
I want to speak on how I understand the cipher. Listen, this 5% nation, I got knowledge and knowledge born to quality born, the end of the quality born, after the father went home. I've seen this nation for 5 decades. To me, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen for my people and throughout this world. And I look out here and I see all of us that's here right now. And I say thank every last one of y'all for showing and proving that y'all have the foundation to stand up and represent, as the young say, represent, when a lot of people don't have it. A lot of speaking was going on today about only a few stand up. Many people sit down. For whatever reason, they want to sit down. You know, they don't have that power like y'all got. They don't got that refinement that y'all got. And what I mean by that, the refinement to clean themselves up and dedicate inside themselves to be about a cause that's just and true. Anybody here who don't think that this is just the truth, they're blind if and dumb. Listen, through all these years, everybody here had to look inside their situation and understand the cipher of what is happening, what has happened, what is happening, and what will happen if you don't participate in anything. The 85% participate in their lifestyle. This is why they do what they do. The 10% participate in their lifestyle. That is why they do what they do. Now we got the 5%. The smallest part of that pie, yet the most powerful part of that pie, and only a few choose themselves and be about this. You understand the cipher degree in the 1 to 40 talk about separation. All these things that's happening out here in this day and time is about separating us from each other, separating you from being about something that you say you are about, and separating your thoughts so that you will not add on to something that is beneficial to your future, which is what we teach. This is the greatest teachings that you can teach about, because this teaching talks about unifying the seeds. There's a science of separating the seeds, separating the black, separating the brown, separating the yellow, separating everything, causing you to fight and kill one another. This knowledge talks about uniting the seeds, bringing the black, bringing the brown, bringing the yellow, bringing your thoughts together so that we can be a brotherhood, a sisterhood, together for one common cause. Look around. We got brothers and sisters, like the God's been saying, who do not understand. let alone add on to make a cipher complete. They don't understand, or they just don't want to understand. They are 5%ers by choice, only when it's good for them. They're not 5%ers by will, that they follow through regardless to whom or what. They show and prove who they are. That is why only a few stand up. And as a matter of fact, all praise is due to you that do stand up. Because you got the love in your heart. I look at the sisters, I look at these babies. Yeah, we have a small amount here today. They might say, oh, it's because of the snow. But what makes it? And who made it? And this is not no snow. This little bit of snow here, 1 foot of snow. And you can't even make it to what you say you about. People show and prove where they are. Understand that they are a cipher that you must understand. And some of them, that cipher which they are is confused or just not willing to be a part of what they say they are or what we are. So when I look at understanding cipher and it talks about, no, the trader disappeared and there was no one to speak their own, well, whatever they were looking for disappeared because they're not looking in the right place anyway. They're looking into something that left them stranded because their thoughts is about foolishness and not togetherness. So therefore, if they rely upon the devil what leads them, abandoned them, like the Bible says. You believe in something, you believe in a person that when it's time for them to support you, they are not even there to support you. So now you left. And that's what they did. They left because they followed the wrong way. They left because they followed the wrong thought. If you ain't got the right thought in your mind, how the hell you gonna do the right thing? If you ain't got the right ways in your mind, how you gonna be about something that's right and exact when you don't even have that right thought in yourself to be right and exact? You confuse your own self and you mislead your own self. And therefore you go in the wrong direction. Like many 5%ers have done. Because they mislead their own self. Thank goodness to y'all that y'all got enough sense to do the right thing. Yeah, we got a school downtown that Allah left for us. And the God say we incorporated them. Now we got a whole half block. A half a city block next to the main artery of Harlem, 125. Apollo Theater around the corner, State Building across the street. All these great things around it. That property is worth so many hundreds of millions of dollars. And the God said, the God that Malachi that said, hey, when he goes up to the state office, when he goes up to the community board and different offices affiliated with that community, he said, you know what? You know how many people come up here every day, every week and say, what about that property on 126th Street? Why we can't get it? You don't think they want to get it? Well, I'll tell you, if you don't do nothing with it, you're actually handing it over to them. Because they watch it each and every day. People don't sleep on what you got. You got something that's worth more than gold. Allah left you. And if you don't stand up for it, you're giving it away. You might as well just say, I'm turning my back. You might as well say you're one of those that's led in the wrong direction and hard to be led in the right direction. Because you decide to give up. Don't be a giver-upper. Be a strong brother and sister. This is about strength nowadays. We're going through some hard times out here. They putting every count. Last parliament I said, yeah, I got the shot. Yeah, I got 2 shots. Now they talking about, hey, Sabu, take a 3rd shot. Hey, Sabu, take a 4th shot. Hey, Sabu. I said, not me, brother. You understand? Because after a while, I start saying, it look like all they want to do, like a lot of brothers say, is see how far they can get with what they do. And, you know, they compare, oh, well, this variant, that variant, this, you got to take this shot. After a while, you got to sit back and say, how many damn shots I got to take? So what I do is I deal with natural antibiotic herbs. I deal with things that was taught to me. Garlic and ginger and all these things that are out here that our people have dealt with for hundreds and thousands of years. We were doctors and nurses of ourselves long before there was a colored man or colored people. We doctored ourselves. So nowadays when they come up here with all of these different chemicals they want to put in your body, what about you doctoring and nursing yourself?
But I left.
Every day when I get out here, especially when I come among the population of this planet, I take a big chunk of raw garlic, peel off the skin just like you peel off a potato, put it in my mouth. It may be bitter to the taste, but it does benefits for your body. It is a natural antibiotic that kills all forms of germs and viruses. You take that, the next day, whatever you had in your body, you feel totally refreshed. These are things that our people have been doing for thousands of years before this made man come up here and want to experiment with us. So I'm saying, you may choose to go this way, you may choose to go that way, but look at things for what they are and try to